Well, we all heard it just the other day as the IRS came out and said January 26th. Line up, everyone, with your hands out as the federal government is doling out hundreds of billions of dollars to tens of millions of Americans, and Americans are chomping at the bit right now to grab their share of this massive $100 billion plus pie that the federal government is going to be divvying up here over the coming weeks and months. Now, it's maybe not quite so fast because people need this money immediately, but we've got some major delays on our hands, especially with the recent IRS notices and what we need to understand with this. And again, I also have this article right here, which I'm going to pop up in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what this says. I'll explain the details right here, what else is circling around, and why the IRS may be a little bit slow to process some of this information, and for the Treasury to start distributing that money to, again, millions, tens of millions of Americans in the amounts of upwards of $200+ billion. According to the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, recently got a lot of money on the table right here, and people need that money immediately, right? Drop a comment down below. Do you need the money immediately, or do you want to wait a while for it? Okay, just drop a comment down below if you are in need of money immediately. And again, I really want to emphasize, definitely does not go out to everybody. There's going to be a huge percentage of the population that does get this money, but there's also going to be a huge percentage of the population that does not get anything from this whatsoever. But yes, it is actually a real thing. All right, anyway, so not that long ago, we heard out of the IRS, they said January 26th. It's a Monday. That's the date in which they're going to start accepting federal tax returns. Now, as I film this video, it's not that many days out from right now. So if you are somebody that wants to file immediately, well, they're going to start accepting those returns right away on Monday, January 26th. That'll be awesome. Now, does that mean that the money's going to start flowing right away? No, not at all. In fact, the IRS generally says give them 21 days to process your return. That's in general, give them 21 days. They basically say, don't contact us within 21 days. We won't have any answers for you. If you contact us and say, hey, where's my refund? What's going on? They won't really have any information for you. In fact, you can also use the Where's My Refund tool on the IRS website after you filed and kind of track the progress of your refund at that point. But again, at least 21 days, okay? Now, here's the deal with this, is that because of other issues like the IRS being short-staffed, in other words, they had about 100,000 people and they've lost about 25,000 of their workers. So they're staffed at about 75,000 individuals, according to some of the reports that are out there. So the processing of these returns and refunds is likely going to take significantly longer. Now, there's something else out there, which, in fact, let's pop it up right here. Pop this up. Here you go. There's a couple screenshots. It's actually screenshots. Now, this is an AI summary. I did that because honestly, it's really clear and concise, and it really breaks it down nicely. Rather than giving some random article, I feel like these AI summaries are actually a pretty good way to do it because it's very clear and concise. There are tens of millions of people out there that also file and they claim either the EITC, the Earned Income Tax Credit, or the CTC, the Child Tax Credit, or both. Here's the deal with this. Legally, they cannot issue refunds for these individuals that claim these two, one or the other, I should say, until after February 15th. So even somebody that is being proactive and say, I'm going to file right away on January 26th because I want and I need that money immediately. Does that mean you're going to get it right away? No. In fact, if you're somebody that claims either of these credits, the Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC, or the Child Tax Credit, which, again, these have increased for the filing year of 2025. Obviously, here we are in early 2026, filing our tax returns for the calendar year of 2025. These have increased, but those individuals that may be getting a massive refund in the amount of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because of these credits that are available to them, they're not going to see that money until probably right around the beginning of early March. Yeah, March. So we're talking 5-6 weeks or so that somebody would have to wait in order to get any of this money because of the PATH Act, Protecting Americans from Tax Hikes Act is what that is. PATH Act, okay? So basically what this is, it's a law that was passed and it's in place that basically says you can't issue this money until after February 15th. Well, that's, quite a bit longer than most people want to wait. So then even at that point, we could still be seeing this money issued Well, sometime after that, and again, most likely, most people will see that money sometime right around the beginning of March. So the people that are out there waiting for their thousands and thousands of dollars in the form of their federal tax refunds from the IRS to be issued, that's probably not going to be happening for quite a while. Even if somebody is very proactive and issues their federal tax return or files it right away on January 26th, the Monday, they're likely not going to see money for probably at least another 4 to 5 weeks minimum coming out from the IRS if they are somebody who is also claiming, again, either the ITC or the CTC on their federal tax returns. Okay, by the way, quick disclaimer, no, this is not tax advice, this is not accounting advice, this is not advice in any way, shape, or form. I certainly do not know your situation. I would highly recommend you talk to your own accountant, your own CPA, your own professional that understands your exact situation and circumstances to determine if you can claim those or not. Again, that's not me. I don't know your situation. And please don't leave any personal information down below. But let me know what you think about this. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. Do you feel like, oh man, really? They have these rules in place that I can't get the money earlier? Yeah, they do. Okay, it's to protect the taxpayer. You. Is it really out there to protect the people, or is it there to more micromanage? Again, right? Anyway, I'd love to read your comments down below if you feel like sharing. But if you are somebody that does not claim either the EITC or the CTC, then generally give them 21 days or longer to process your refund, okay, your return, and actually get that money out to you. Now, a couple other things I want to point out for you. Remember, they're no longer sending out paper payments. Paper checks are gone, no longer a thing. This is going to catch a ton of people off guard, especially the people that file tax returns and want some kind of paper check to be issued to them from the Treasury. Like, hey, I'm going to get my tax refund as a check, a paper check in my mailbox, because I love getting a paper check. It's not happening. You're not getting that, okay? Because of that, you probably want to enter bank deposit, direct deposit information. Now, the reason I said you probably want to enter, because I'm not going to tell you what to do, okay? That's not my style. That's not what I do here on the channel. I don't tell people what to do, but rather I would say is when you go to file your federal tax return, make sure that you have direct deposit information available. Again, routing numbers, account numbers for either a checking account, a savings account, whatever it happens to be, so they can automatically direct deposit that money for you, rather than thinking that you're going to leave that information off of your return and you're going to get a paper check in the mail. You're not going to get a paper check anymore. As of October 1st of 2025, they discontinued the distribution of paper checks to save money and basically safeguard individuals out there that were getting paper checks. They don't do that anymore. They don't send out paper checks anymore, because they want to save as much money as they can. And that's one way that they can do it. As also, the reports have shown that apparently paper checks are 16 times more likely to be lost or taken when going through the mail. That's a lot higher chance of being lost, right? So anyway, the same thing with direct deposits. They're fast, they're secure, and they cost very little money. They're very, very inexpensive. So therefore, they can get that money out to people very, very quickly, and then it just goes right into the bank account. So let's see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting tax filing year. And there's a lot to it, okay? Because of that huge tax cut bill, the OBBB, which was signed into law on July 4th of 2025, it's going into effect. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of people out there that see a huge tax refund. And then also the new adjustments that go into effect as of right now. Well, I should say the beginning of 2026, which is not right now. It was a few weeks ago now. As I film this video, but at the beginning of January, those new effects have gone into effect. And hopefully saving people a bunch of money on their taxes and getting a bunch of money back. Anyway, hope this helps you, but just, again, be aware if you're claiming the EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit, or the CTC, just be aware you're likely not going to see a penny of your refund until at least the middle or end of February at the earliest. If you don't claim those, then you'll likely see it sometime after the 21-day period of, for them to process your return. Otherwise, stay tuned. I'll certainly keep you posted with everything going on right now. And again, it's going to be a slower tax filing season simply because the IRS is a bit backed up. They're understaffed or they're less staffed, whether it's understaffed or just less staff, whatever the situation is, likely going to take longer. And with the implementation of all these new rules because of the OBBB, because of all that, it's just going to take more time. So therefore, I know a lot of us are itchy to get that money back, but it's probably going to take a bit longer. So be warned, you got to be patient for the next couple months here. I know it's not easy to do. Trust me, I'm right there with you. I am not a patient person either. So it's the only thing we can do, right? Anyway, I'll certainly keep you posted. And again, I always like to say this. If you happen to be one of the 70 million people on Medicare, if you're on Medicare at all, you need help finding the right Medicare coverage for you. If you're going to be turning 65 and enrolling in Medicare, if you have a special enrollment period opening up for you, whatever it is. If you're on Medicare and you have questions, call Chapter there. Phone number's right there for you. Give them a call. Multiple thousands of people. I mean, like, we're pushing like 10,000-ish people here in this community that have called that phone number right there. It's free, by the way. I mean, you can see it right there. Free Medicare help. To get help with their Medicare plans, finding the right coverages, right plans for them, getting their questions answered, saving a boatload of money. In fact, I still have this stack of papers here. These are all the comments I've received just over the last couple months here. Again, this isn't even all the comments. This is just a few of them that I've cherry-picked out of the comment section. Page after page after page of comments, people saving all kinds of money, getting free help, all kinds of things. Absolutely amazing. I know you probably can't see them as I'm flipping through them, but again, those of you in this community collectively saving $2 million a year because you've called Chapter right there, which is absolutely amazing. Anyway, $2 million a year. Just those of you in this community because you made a quick phone call. That's incredible. The average person, by the way, is saving over $1,000, which is honestly really, really, really cool. Anyway, after you talk to the mayor, Chapter, drop a comment down below. Use the word Chapter within your comment. That's the keyword that I search for, and I'd love to grab your comment and add it to my stack of comments here and continue to feature you and your comment in upcoming videos. All right, anyway, please consider subscribing if you've not done so yet. Please share the video, big share button down below. Otherwise, until next time, have a nice day, take care, and I'll catch you again later.